In this video, I will show you how I did Junko Enoshima's pleated skirt. I added Junko a long time ago to one of my cosplays, but I never really got to finish it. Back in the Philippines, I had somebody made the vest and the inner blouse for me, and I just didn't have the time to actually finish the whole costume. But now I can actually do it, and I have a couple of things that I need to make to actually complete the whole costume. I need to sew the pleated skirt, I need to make the necktie, I needed to add a few more details on the vest, and I need to do the bear clips, and I probably need to style the wig. Yep, so this video will show you how I'm going to do the pleated skirt. Now, before we start, I just want to say that I am not an expert seamstress, and I know there are a couple of ways on how to do it, but this video will focus particularly on how I do it. I hope it also works for you. So, let's get it on! So the first step is get a measuring tape and determine your waist measurement. So it would depend on where do you want your skirt to fall, or to sit on, or to rest. It varies with different person, and it would vary on where do you want it. Like you can measure your true waist, or you want it, or maybe you want it a little lower, so you can measure it by above your hips and that. So you have to measure your waistline. So whatever measurement that is, it wouldn't really matter as long as that's the measurement that you want. So after you get your waist measurement, from your waist, determine your desired skirt length. So I measured 13 inches from my waist, and I would add an inch of allowance, so that would be 14. So these are the materials that you would need to make a pleated skirt. You'll need your ruler, your plaid fabric, your zipper and your scissors, your tape measure, some snap-on buttons or any buttons, hook and eye closures. I also have some optional materials like this interfacing, because I normally like adding an interfacing on my waistband. You have the option not to do it, but yeah, I like my waistbands a little stiffer, so that's why I add an interfacing to it. Also, this is also an option, like if your fabric is a bit thin, then you have an option to put a lining under it. But yeah, so this is just an option. You also need your thread, and later on you will need an iron and an ironing board, because you would need to iron your pleats. Of course, you would also need your sewing machine. If you also have an overlock machine, then that's going to be a bonus. Lay the fabric on your table and determine how much you will need for your project. For a pleated skirt with 1-inch pleats, multiply your waist measurement by 3. That is usually how much you will need, but you can also eyeball it if that would be easier for you. Measure and mark your skirt length onto your fabric. Cut your fabric. Measure and cut the piece for your waistband. My waistband width is 1.5 inches plus standard seam allowance. Multiply your desired waistband width by 2. So if I want my waistband to be 1.5 inch wide, I will mark a 3 inches then add half an inch allowance to it before I cut it. As for the length, you need to add 2 inches for closure. I decided to make my skirt pleats 1 inch wide each, so I will mark the length of my fabric every 1 inch. Okay, now that you've marked your fabric, now you would start to pleat. I want my pleats to be 1 inch wide. That's why you would fold it from the first line. You would connect the first dot to the third dot. So that's how you're going to pleat it. And then just pin it. So you would do that again. First dot, connect to the third dot. Pin your pleats securely to your fabric. Press the pleats with a hot iron. Fold the fabric for your waistband in half and then iron it. Okay, this is an option, but if you have an overlock machine, you can overlock the edges so it doesn't fray. Measure and cut the interfacing for your waistband. Now I already overlocked the edges of the waistband, as you can see. So if you have an overlock, you can do that. And then you can turn it over. So that's your waistband. Then you can put your interfacing inside. Now you can lay down your skirt and try to attach it to your waistband. Okay, so I made a shortcut. I already closed the skirt. So as you can see, I already stitched it close. It's because of this seam earlier. So when I sewn the fabrics together to get the total length of the skirt, now this seam came out. So I thought I can hide the other seam, the other closure, which is this part, you can see, and then I would just open this up and I would put the zipper here. So I haven't attached the waistband yet, so I'm gonna put the zipper on this area. So I'm just gonna open it and then attach the zipper. So I am going to reap the seams so I can open this seam, and I'm gonna put the zipper there. So there. So this will be your opening where you're going to attach your zipper. I pinned the zipper to the opening, and later I will run it under the sewing machine to attach it to the skirt. I now have attached the zipper to the skirt. Okay, now so you can attach your waistband, I have cut my interfacing and put it inside. So yeah, and then I also close the edges of the waistband. So you can pin it. All you have to do is pin it to your skirt and then sew it together. So I am going to pin the back side of the waistband to the front side of the skirt. Okay, so now take your waistband and pin the back side of it to the front side of your skirt. so that when you open it, it's going to look like this. So this is the front of the skirt, and you pin the front of your waistband, only one side, to the front of your skirt. So it's going to look like this. So pin that all over. So as you can see, there's an allowance on my waistband so that the other side will overlap on the other side. That's where I can put my buttons or my hook and eyes. So the next step is you stitch this side on your sewing machine. With right sides together, sew one side of the waistband to the skirt. Insert the interfacing into the waistband. Okay, so now what you want to do is fold the inner side of your waistband, and then later on you are going to top stitch it to sew it together. So pin it so it doesn't move. Top stitch your waistband as close to the edge. So now you have your waistband. It's clean at the front and clean at the back. Sew hook and eye as your skirt closures. Hem your skirt edge. I've already placed a hook and eye for the waistband. So that, go like that, and then you can close your zipper. Oops. Close your zipper first, and then you can close it like that. Ta-da! I have also hemmed the edges. And now I am going to repress the skirt and iron it again. And now my Junko pleated skirt is finished. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload the other tutorials I have for my Junko cosplay. Check me out in my other social media channels through the links in the description. Until next time, see ya!